Good evening, good evening. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Voices for the Voiceless. Once again, it's your boy Jay Taylor, and I'm back with another video. Real quick update. And as the title says, President Trump threatens to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minnesota. And as you know, there's been very large violent protests going down in the state of Minnesota for a while now. For at least a week, it's been really hot. I did a video the other day talking about it. Um, Ever since the unaliving of a young lady by the name of Renee Nicole Good, she was involved in a altercation with ICE agents as she was impeding on them conducting an investigation to obtain an illegal immigrant. And we all know the story. There's a lot of controversy over whether, the officer was in the right or the wrong for using deadly force when she was either fleeing or some say she tried to hit an ICE agent, which ultimately the ICE agent returned fire and led to her being unalive. So you can check that video out. I think I did that maybe about 5 or 6 days ago. But in any event, it was a lot of controversy around that situation. Who was in the right? A lot of people say that due to different camera angles, they didn't know if the officer was actually hit. But what we found out is that the officer actually was hit because he went to the hospital and he suffered internal bleeding. And one thing that we need to know, that particular officer was also involved a few months ago in a situation where he was trying to arrest an illegal immigrant that fled the scene with him hanging onto the car. So he was drugged about 100 feet and had to go to the hospital for that, which he had to get several stitches. So this officer been through this situation before with someone evading arrest or what have you, and was drugged before. So now the officer was hit, and that is confirmed because he has internal bleeding. And once again, rest in peace. So we never want anyone to lose their life, but rest in peace to Renee Good. She should still be alive. That's terrible. But I mean, and I've been telling people, because leave these ICE agents alone. I told people on my social media that they are going to start to double and triple down ever since that situation. They're not backing down. And since that situation, they have deployed 2,000 more ICE agents to the state of Minnesota since last week, since that situation happened with Renee Good. And ever since then, you have situations every day where these violent protesters, assaulting, boxing in, hit with cars, these ICE agents, right? And it's just getting out of hand. There was a situation where an ICE officer was pursuing an illegal immigrant on foot, and two other individuals came outside of their apartment. It was, fighting the ICE agent. They had shovels and broomsticks hitting the ICE agent, and the ICE agent ended up, in self-defense, shooting one of I think the actual illegal immigrant that he was chasing. So the ICE agent and the illegal immigrant are in the hospital as a result. I mean, at this point, you had protesters going to different hotels in Minnesota, vandalizing the hotels like they looking for these ICE agents. I mean, it's been insanity going on, and I really blame the local and state government of Minneapolis and Minnesota, because instead of using the police department to help subdue some of these violent protests, they are telling their police department to stand down. So what does that do? That leaves ICE having to use their agents as a form of trying to subdue crowds, large crowds of people, and they are attacking the ICE agents. And once again, I keep telling people these are federal agents. I mean, what does the governor and the mayor expect in Minneapolis? Do they expect the ICE agents to say, "Oh well, we just gonna, the protests, we gonna let them do what they want to do. We just gonna leave Minnesota"? No, they not gonna leave Minnesota. They gonna double and triple down on. They gonna bring more agents, and this video is where I knew and I hope it wouldn't get to. President Trump threatening to utilize the Insurrection Act. So what that means is the federal government, see, by the governor Tim Walz and the mayor of Minneapolis saying that they are going to basically fight against our federal immigration laws. They are using rhetoric like the ICE agents are snatching and kidnapping our citizens, and all this dangerous rhetoric have these protesters, impeding in federal investigations. So with that, it's getting dangerous to the point where they are attacking ICE agents. And then you're telling the police that they can't help, control the situation. So President Trump this morning basically said, if the governor and the mayor do not, in the state of Minnesota, in the city of Minneapolis, get rid of their sanctuary city laws and use their police department to help protect the ICE agents from these violent protesters, he's going to use the Insurrection Act. And what that means is he's going to send in the military to help protect ICE as they continue to conduct their investigations and arrests. A lot of these people that they are targeting are people that have violent criminal histories. Anything from unaliving to robbery to grapes. They got so many arrests that you can look it up for yourself, how many of these individuals that were in the country illegally that have committed heinous crimes. So why would the governor and the mayor, knowing that this is dangerous, why would they try to embolden their citizens to go up against federal agents? Even the police department, the chief of police is going and saying, he's admitting that these are violent protests and they need to stop, because we already lost one young lady, Renee Nicole Good. We don't need to lose anybody else. And I told people this. So what happens when the military is deployed on the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota? That's not going to be good, because that's more than likely going to be the Marines and the National Guard that's going to step in and do the job that the Minneapolis Police Department should be doing. But the mayor and the governor have told them and forbid the local police, to not intervene. I mean, at this point, and it's not just Minnesota, all these sanctuary states and cities, all these sanctuary cities and states, rather, have pretty much gone up against federal law. and have emboldened the citizens of each state to have these violent protests. You don't see this anywhere else where the governor and the mayor are working with the federal government as it pertains to ICE, illegal immigration, and enforcing immigration laws. ICE has been around for at least 20 to 25 years. It's amazing to me that all of a sudden, ICE is such a demonizing branch of law enforcement. I even had somebody on my social media try to tell me that ICE is not law enforcement. Immigration control enforcement. That's their name. They are a branch of Homeland Security, federal agents. But see, what the mainstream media has done has emboldened the average citizen to think that ICE is not a legitimate branch or arm of law enforcement. Very dangerous. These ICE agents are running around with assault rifles. I don't want to see nobody else get hurt, you know, and they're not going to, the government, President Trump and this administration is not going to back down. Because what does that say if Trump is saying, okay, all right, ICE, y'all go ahead, leave Minnesota? That's going to embolden the people that they can continue to tear up the city. They can do what they want to do. They don't have to obey federal law. That's not going to happen. And if the governor and the mayor do not comply, whatever bloodshed that comes from this is on their hands. Because we cannot live in a lawless society. You know, whether you like ICE, you agree with what's going on, you have to understand the danger that the governor, Tim Walz, and the mayor of Minneapolis are doing to the city of Minneapolis and Minnesota. We can't have that. But hey, you know, I'm just giving a quick update right quick. You know, I'm definitely encouraging everybody out there under the sound of my voice. If you are in one of these cities or states that ICE are active, stay up out their way. It's not worth it. If they pull you over, just comply. Hey, how you doing, officer? Here go my identification. If you're not an illegal immigrant, then you don't have nothing to worry about. There's no reason to be out there, you know, fighting and fussing with federal agents as they're trying to do their job. But yeah, it's your boy Jay Taylor. Voices for the voiceless. We love y'all. Until next time, we should see you soon. Peace and blessings.